It all came down to this. At night, at the conclusion of a grueling 13-match show, the tribal chief was bloodied and battered, but still standing against the hometown hero LA Knight. And as Knight charged in for another BFT, Roman countered with a devastating spear out of nowhere. Both men lay flat on the canvas, the referee starting his count. Slowly, Roman crawled over and draped an arm across Knight's chest. 1, 2, and miraculously, Knight kicked out again. The crowd was in shock, frustrated beyond belief. Roman pulled Knight up and unleashed another thunderous spear, this time planting him in the center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. The bell rang, and the tribal chief retained his undisputed WWE Universal Championship for the 10th successful defense. The arena filled with boos, but Roman didn't care. He stood tall, battered but victorious, clutching his championship high above his head. Knight, meanwhile, lay in the ring, broken but not defeated. Let's take a look back at how Roman Reigns survived LA Knight in the main event of Night. From the moment LA Knight entered the arena, the energy shifted. The crowd erupted, chanting, "Yeah!" and waving their glow-in-the-dark A signs. It was clear that the hometown hero had the support of the WWE Universe behind him. The match began with a flurry of fast-paced action as both superstars traded blows in the ring. LA Knight, with his signature swagger and mic skills, kept the crowd engaged, hyping them up with every near fall. Roman Reigns, the stoic and relentless tribal chief, remained focused on retaining his title, countering Knight's moves with his own devastating offense. As the match progressed, it became evident that this wasn't going to be a walk in the park for either competitor. Both men were evenly matched, trading victories until the tension in the ring was palpable. The turning point came when Roman Reigns unleashed a vicious attack, isolating LA Knight's injured left shoulder, a remnant from their previous encounter. This strategic move shifted the momentum, allowing Roman to gain control and inflict damage on Knight, keeping him grounded and preventing him from making a comeback. Despite the odds stacked against him, LA Knight displayed resilience, refusing to give up even as Roman rained down punishment. The crowd, sensing their hero's struggle, rallied behind him, their cheers echoing through the arena, urging Knight to push through the pain and fight back. In a surprising turn of events, LA Knight managed to counter Roman's attacks and deliver a resounding BFT, sending the tribal chief crashing to the mat. The crowd erupted, their cheers deafening as they witnessed the underdog making a remarkable comeback. LA Knight followed up with a barrage of attacks, keeping Roman on the defensive and showcasing his determination to capture the title. The near falls were heart-stopping, leaving the audience on the edge of their seats and wondering if this was the moment when the new champion would be crowned. But Roman, true to his moniker, showed why he is the tribal chief. He battled back, unleashing a series of powerful moves that turned the tide once again in his favor. The strength and determination on display by both superstars left the crowd in awe, captivated by the intensity of the match. With the finish line in sight, the match reached its climax. Both men were exhausted, their bodies bearing the marks of a hard-fought battle. In a final burst of energy, Roman Reigns delivered a devastating spear, connecting with LA Knight. The impact sent shockwaves through the arena, leaving the crowd stunned. As the referee began his count, the tension was unbearable. LA Knight struggled to make it back to his feet, but the clock was ticking. With each passing second, the hopes of a Knight victory seemed to fade. In a dramatic turn of events, LA Knight managed to beat the count, much to the delight of the cheering crowd. But the respite was short-lived. Roman, seizing an opportunity, executed another spear, driving Knight back to the mat. The crowd watched in suspense as the referee began his count once again. This time, there would be no dramatic recovery. LA Knight's shoulders remained pinned to the mat, and the referee made the 3 count. The crowd booed loudly as Roman was announced the winner. They couldn't believe their hero had fallen just short of victory. But as LA Knight slowly got to his feet, the crowd began to cheer. They knew their hero might not have won the championship, but he had won their respect. Roman, on the other hand, stood tall in the ring, the embodiment of power and dominance. The cheers and boos mixed in the air as the tribal chief raised his title high, acknowledging his victory. The night had been a testament to the strength and resilience of both competitors, leaving the WWE Universe in awe of what they had just witnessed. The question on everyone's mind was, who will step up next to challenge the seemingly invincible tribal chief? And will anyone finally dethrone him, or will Roman continue to reign supreme? Only time will tell. It's time to relive the most epic clashes in football history. Welcome to our channel, your place for the best football matches. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Now, let's take you back to that unforgettable night in Paris. In the 23rd minute, a moment of magic happened. Messi received the ball near the corner flag, seemingly in a crowded area with no clear path to goal. But as he turned, a tiny gap appeared. He took a touch, aimed for the top corner, and goal. The entire stadium fell silent for a moment before erupting into thunderous applause. Even some Barcelona fans couldn't help but stand and appreciate the brilliance of the goal. It was a reminder of why Messi is considered one of the greatest players of all time. But PSG wasn't going to back down. They continued to press, and in the 38th minute, they won a penalty. Neymar stepped up, but his shot was saved by the diving goalkeeper, much to the agony of PSG fans. The momentum seemed to shift. Barcelona gained confidence and started creating chances of their own. In the 42nd minute, a Barcelona player found himself through on goal. The entire stadium held its breath as he took the shot, but it went just wide of the post. The match remained poised at 1-0 as the teams headed into halftime. The second half began with renewed determination from both sides. Barcelona knew they needed a goal, and their coach made some tactical adjustments. They came out with a more attacking mindset, pushing forward and putting pressure on PSG's defense. The intensity rose, tackles were made, and the atmosphere became more charged up. Barcelona's persistence paid off in the 58th minute. A cross came in from the right side, and a Barcelona player rose above everyone to head the ball into the back of the net. The stadium shook with the roar of the crowd. It was an incredible moment for Barcelona, bringing them back into the game against all odds. But PSG was not ready to give up their lead. The match became a captivating display of skill, strategy, and sheer determination. Both teams fought hard, creating chances and testing each other's defenses. The tension was palpable, keeping all the fans on the edge of their seats. As the clock ticked down, the drama unfolded in the 87th minute. A red card was shown, reducing PSG to 10 men. Barcelona sensed an opportunity and pressed forward with even more intensity. In the 92nd minute, the full-time whistle blew. The final score, Barcelona 2, PSG 1. After the match, the spirit of sportsmanship prevailed. Players from both teams shook hands, acknowledging the effort and dedication shown by their opponents. For Barcelona, it was a moment of triumph, a testament to their resilience and fighting spirit. For PSG, it was a hard-fought battle, a valuable lesson in perseverance. What do you think about this match? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're a fan of these two legendary teams, check out more videos featuring their epic clashes. Your support means everything to us, so hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time. The second half began with the same intensity. Barcelona pushed forward, wave after wave of attacks, but PSG's defense held firm. As the minutes ticked by, the urgency in Barcelona's play increased. They needed another goal, but they couldn't break through. In the 67th minute, a frustrated Messi sent a long-range effort just over the bar. The away fans held their breath, but it wasn't to be. PSG almost caught Barcelona napping at the back in the 74th minute. A dangerous cross flashed across the face of goal, but nobody from PSG could get a telling touch. The tension was palpable. Both teams were throwing everything forward, but it seemed like the match would end in a draw. However, football has a funny way of surprising you, and this match had one final twist in store. Deep into stoppage time, Barcelona won a controversial penalty. After consulting the VAR, the referee pointed to the spot. The home fans groaned, but Messi stepped up to take the penalty. With the composure we know so well, he sent the keeper the wrong way and slotted the ball into the net. Goal for Barcelona. The away fans erupted, but their joy was short-lived. In a moment of madness, 2 Barcelona players received red cards in quick succession. The first for a reckless challenge, and the second for a second yellow card. With 10 men now, Barcelona had to defend their lead, and defend it they did. Despite the numerical disadvantage, they held on to secure a dramatic victory. The full-time whistle blew, and Barcelona players and fans alike could hardly believe their luck. It had been a roller coaster of a match, filled with twists and turns, and it was Barcelona who had emerged on top. The Camp Nou erupted as the visitors celebrated their hard-fought win. For Barcelona, this victory was nothing short of a miracle. They had come from behind twice to win a match they had no business winning. But that's the thing about football, isn't it? It doesn't matter how bad the situation seems, there's always hope, always a chance for a comeback. And Barcelona embodied that spirit tonight. They refused to give in, and in the end they were rewarded with all 3 points. As the Barcelona players made their way to the dressing room, they were greeted by scenes of pandemonium. Their fans had invaded the pitch, desperate to celebrate with their heroes. It was a sea of blaugrana, as fans and players alike reveled in the moment. The comeback, the red cards, the last gasp victory, it was a night that would live on in Barcelona legend. But it wasn't just Barcelona's fighting spirit that impressed me tonight. I was also taken aback by the maturity they displayed. This is a young team, a team with a lot of talent, but talent alone can only take you so far. What really sets the best teams apart is their tactical discipline, their ability to control the game, to read the opposition and make the necessary adjustments. And I have to say, Barcelona did that brilliantly tonight. They started the match at a frantic pace, but as the game wore on, they settled into a more measured tempo. They passed the ball intelligently, created openings, and took their chances clinically. It was a masterclass in modern football. Of course, they had to dig deep at the end, but that's a testament to their character, not a weakness in their play. All in all, it was a fantastic advert for football. 2 great teams going toe-to-toe, each determined to outdo the other. In the end, it was Barcelona who came out on top, but PSG deserved credit for giving them such a tough run for their money. It was a performance that will serve them well in the weeks to come. For Barcelona, this victory takes them to the top of their group, setting up a mouthwatering clash between 2 footballing giants in their next match. As for PSG, they'll be looking to bounce back from this setback and make it to the knockout stages. Whoever emerges from this group will undoubtedly be a team to beat. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be an exciting ride. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. The second half began with even more intensity. PSG came out strong again, determined to reclaim their lead. In the 55th minute, they succeeded. A lightning-fast counterattack ripped Barcelona apart, and with a calm finish, PSG restored their advantage, 2-1. The Paris crowd went wild, but Barcelona refused to go down without a fight. They pushed forward with everything they had, their passes sharper, their attacks more direct. In the 70th minute, they found the equalizer. A cross from the wing met the head of their star striker, and the ball flew past PSG's goalkeeper, 2-2. The stadium was now a mixture of joy and despair, with both sets of fans screaming louder than ever. The final 20 minutes were pure chaos. PSG had 2 golden chances to score, one hitting the post and another cleared off the line. Barcelona also had their moment, with a blistering shot tipped over the bar by PSG's keeper. Every second felt like a final, every touch a possible game winner. But who came out on top in this epic clash? And what does the victory mean for their Champions League campaign? Join me as we delve into the heart-stopping conclusion of this thrilling encounter. As the clock ticked towards the final whistle, both teams threw everything they had at their opponents. The tension was palpable, the atmosphere electric. PSG, with their star-studded lineup, seemed destined for victory after taking an early lead. Barcelona, however, had other plans. Against all odds, they fought back, level. The match seemed destined for extra time. Then, in the dying moments, the unthinkable happened. A loose ball in the penalty area, a desperate lunge, and then the roar of the crowd. The referee's whistle blew, signaling the end of the match. The drama, the tension, the sheer emotion on display was a testament to the beautiful game. But who scored the winning goal? Which team emerged victorious in this battle of footballing giants? In the 93rd minute, amidst a sea of humanity and the deafening roar of the crowd, Kylian Mbappé found himself with the ball at his feet in front of an empty net. It was the culmination of a lightning-fast counterattack, a moment of individual brilliance and perhaps a touch of destiny. With a calm that belied the chaos around him, Mbappé tapped the ball into the net. The stadium erupted. The PSG supporters went wild, their cheers echoing through the Parisian night. Barcelona's players and fans could only watch in disbelief as the fourth official's board went up, confirming the goal and the win. Mbappé's match-winning goal was not just a moment of individual brilliance, but a defining moment in the history of both teams. For PSG, it was a statement, a declaration of their intent on the European stage. The victory sent shockwaves throughout the footballing world. It was a reminder of the unpredictability of the beautiful game and the heights to which human determination can rise. In the aftermath of the match, discussions and debates raged. Some praised Barcelona's valiant effort, their resilience in the face of adversity. Others lauded PSG's clinical finishing and tactical prowess. But one thing was clear. This was a match for the ages, a true testament to the spirit of competition and the thrill of the Champions League. As the dust settled and the emotions calmed, one question remained on the lips of fans and pundits alike. How will this victory shape PSG's journey in the Champions League? Will they carry this momentum forward, or will they face new challenges and setbacks? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the echoes of this match, the drama, the tension, the brilliance, will resonate long after the final whistle blows. Hello, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will discuss an event so monumental, so pulse-pounding that it has become a thing of legend in the world of football. A match that transcended the beautiful game and became a spectacle of athleticism, determination, and sheer willpower. We are talking about a match that had everything, a match that left fans on the edge of their seats, a match that will go down in history as a true battle of the titans. Yes, we are talking about the match between PSG and Barcelona. The match was nothing short of spectacular. The energy from the first whistle was electric, with both teams displaying an intensity that left spectators in awe. The skill and precision with which each team played was a masterclass in football tactics and strategy. It was a display of teamwork, dedication, and sheer brilliance that made this match a joy to watch. But it wasn't just the skill on display that made this match so captivating. No, the drama that unfolded before our eyes was nothing short of mesmerizing. Each goal, each tackle, each save brought the crowd to their feet, roaring with excitement and anticipation. The tension was palpable as the clock ticked down, leaving fans on the edge of their seats wondering who would claim victory. In the end, it was a draw, a fitting result for a match that was so evenly contested. Both teams had their moments of glory and their fans had every right to be proud. But beyond the final score, there were individual moments that shone brightly, players who gave it their all, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of football enthusiasts everywhere. It was a night of passion, a celebration of the beautiful game, and a testament to the power of sports to captivate and inspire. And as the final whistle blew, there was a sense of unity among the fans, a shared appreciation for the spectacle they had just witnessed. And as we reflect on this legendary match, we can't help but feel a sense of gratitude for having witnessed such greatness. It was more than just a match. It was a testament to the power of human spirit, a celebration of athleticism and a reminder of the unifying power of sports. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the key moments that made this match so unforgettable. As the clock ticked into stoppage time, neither side gave up. Both teams threw everything forward: sliding tackles, desperate clearances, and breathtaking counterattacks. In the final minute, PSG nearly won it with a strike that skimmed inches wide of the post. The referee's whistle finally blew, and the match ended 2-2, leaving fans exhausted but thrilled. It wasn't just a football game. It was a roller coaster of emotions, a showcase of world-class talent, and a reminder of why the UEFA Champions League is the greatest competition in football. PSG and Barcelona gave everything on the pitch, and though neither took the full 3 points, both left with pride and belief. This night in Paris will be remembered not for one team's victory but for the spectacle of football itself. Goals, drama, passion, this was football at its finest. The match started with a bang as both teams came out all guns blazing. PSG, with their star-studded lineup, took the early lead, leaving Barcelona with a mountain to climb. But the Spanish giants are known for their never-say-die attitude, and they were not going down without a fight. As the first half wore on, Barcelona began to find their rhythm, dominating possession and creating several scoring opportunities. Their star forward, Lionel Messi, was a constant threat, weaving through the PSG defense with ease. Despite their dominance, Barcelona couldn't find the back of the net, leaving the score at 1-0 at halftime. The second half was just as intense, with both teams coming out with renewed vigor. PSG doubled their lead, sending shockwaves across the stadium. The writing seemed to be on the wall for Barcelona, but they had other plans. In a stunning turn of events, Barcelona managed to claw their way back into the match, equalizing in the dying minutes. The comeback was complete, and the drama was far from over. With the match hanging in the balance, both teams threw everything forward in a desperate search for a winner. The tension was palpable as the clock ticked down, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. In the end, it was a draw, a fitting result for a match that was so evenly contested. Both teams had their moments of glory, and their fans had every right to be proud. This match was more than just a sporting event. It was a testament to the human spirit, a celebration of athleticism, and a reminder of the unifying power of sports. It left fans with memories that would last a lifetime and set a new standard for excellence in football. So, what are your thoughts on this epic showdown? Which team do you think played better? And what was your favorite moment from the match? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and share this video with your fellow football enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing videos. Let's dive straight into the heart of the action. In the 19th minute, PSG almost took the lead. Messi danced through Barcelona's defense, leaving defenders in his wake. His shot, however, lacked the necessary power, giving Ter Stegen an easy save. But the match remained finely poised, a testament to both teams' defensive prowess. The deadlock continued until the 34th minute when PSG's patience paid off. After a series of near misses, Neymar Jr. found the back of the net, sending the home crowd into raptures. It was a moment of individual brilliance that showcased Neymar's extraordinary talent. Despite going a goal down, Barcelona showed resilience and composure. They knew that a single goal could change the momentum of the game, and in the 55th minute, their moment arrived. Gavi slotted the ball into the net, bringing Barcelona level. The away fans erupted in celebration, their voices echoing the belief that had brought them to Paris. As the match progressed, the intensity only grew. Both teams pushed forward, eager to claim the upper hand. However, it was PSG who struck again in the 67th minute. Mbappé, the young French sensation, found the back of the net, putting PSG back in the lead. The home crowd, invigorated by Mbappé's goal, raised their voices, urging their team to press forward. But Barcelona were not ready to throw in the towel. In the 79th minute, they earned a penalty. Lewandowski stepped up to take it, sending Donnarumma the wrong way. The match was now a nail-biting affair, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. In the dying moments of the game, drama unfolded. PSG's Ramos was sent off, reducing them to 10 men. This unexpected turn of events added a new layer of tension to the already heated match. Barcelona, sensing an opportunity, pushed forward with renewed determination. Their efforts paid off in the 89th minute. Dembele made a brilliant run, cutting inside and unleashing a powerful shot that left Donnarumma with no chance. The stadium erupted as Barcelona took the lead for the first time in the match. The away fans went wild, their cheers echoing the belief that had brought them to Paris. With the clock ticking, PSG searched for a late equalizer. However, Barcelona's defense stood firm, ensuring that the lead remained intact. The final whistle blew, and Barcelona's players and fans celebrated a hard-fought victory. Ladies and gentlemen, the final score: PSG 2, Barcelona 3. As the night drew to a close, the echoes of the final score reverberated through the streets of Paris. Barcelona, with their spirited performance and tactical brilliance, had managed to outplay PSG on their own turf. The victory was a testament to their tenacity and strategic prowess. Meanwhile, PSG, despite the loss, had shown glimpses of brilliance that had kept their fans engaged. The match was not just a clash of titans, but a display of sportsmanship and dedication. It was a reminder that in the unpredictable world of football, every goal matters and every second counts. Now let's turn the conversation to you, our esteemed viewers. What did you think of tonight's match? Feel free to drop your thoughts, your analysis, or simply your favorite moments from the game in the comments section below. Your voice matters, and we're eager to hear your perspective on this thrilling encounter. And for those of you who've been with us till the end, we've got a special treat. A message from the heart of Barcelona. The team's determination, their spirit, and their journey to reclaim their place among Europe's elite is truly inspiring. Stay tuned because we're just getting started. This has been more than a match. It's been a spectacle of skill, strategy, and sheer determination. Until next time, keep the passion alive. Thank you for joining us in celebrating the beautiful game. Welcome to our channel, your place for all things football. Today, we bring you a thrilling encounter from the world of football. It's a clash of titans, a battle between two legendary European sides, Paris Saint-Germain versus FC Barcelona. Let's kick off the action. Section 1. Early thunder. The game exploded into life almost instantly. PSG wasted no time showing their intent. Their midfield pressed high, their forwards made lightning runs, and within just 12 minutes, they struck. A brilliant pass cut through Barcelona's defense like a knife, and with one swift finish, PSG took the lead. The stadium shook as thousands screamed, "Allez, Paris!" Barcelona were stunned, and before they could recover, PSG almost doubled the lead. A thunderous, long-range shot forced Barcelona's goalkeeper into a heroic save, stretching every inch to deny the home side. At this point, it looked like PSG might completely dominate the match. Their pace and sharpness were overwhelming, and Barcelona's backline looked shaky. Fans in Paris were already dreaming of a comfortable win. Section 2. Barcelona's response. But Barcelona, true to their history, did not panic. They stuck to their philosophy: patience, possession, and creativity. Slowly, their midfield maestros began weaving passes together, and in the 28th minute, their resilience paid off. A quick 1-2 at the edge of the box opened space, and a curling shot soared into the top corner. Goal for Barcelona. The away section of the stadium erupted in wild celebrations. That goal changed everything. Suddenly, Barcelona looked alive. Their pressing increased, their passing sharper, and PSG started feeling the heat. Just before halftime, Barcelona came inches away from another goal. A powerful header from a corner missed the post by centimeters. The first half ended 1-1, and both teams walked off the pitch knowing this battle was far from over. Section 3. Second half drama. The second half was even more intense. PSG came flying out of the tunnel determined to reassert their dominance, and in the 55th minute they did exactly that. With a lightning counterattack, they carved open Barcelona's defense and calmly slotted the ball into the net. 2-1 PSG. The Parisian crowd roared like a thunderstorm. But once again, Barcelona refused to stay down. They showed heart, courage, and determination. Their young stars kept pushing forward, testing PSG's defense at every opportunity. Finally, in the 70th minute, their persistence was rewarded. A perfectly whipped cross from the right met the soaring header of their striker. Goal. Barcelona equalized at 2-2, and the away fans went wild once more. Section 4. A tense conclusion. The final minutes were a tense affair. Both teams threw everything forward in search of a winner. PSG had a penalty appeal waved away after a clumsy challenge in the box. Then Barcelona almost snatched victory when a low cross just evaded everyone in the crowded penalty area. As the clock ticked down, the tension mounted. Each team had chances, but neither could find the crucial goal. The referee blew the whistle, signaling the end of the match. It was a draw, a fair result for two evenly matched sides. The stadium echoed with the chants of disappointed home fans and the joyous roars of Barcelona supporters. Section 5. Post-match analysis. In the end, it was a hard-fought draw between two great teams. PSG, despite their early dominance, couldn't hold on to their lead, a testament to Barcelona's never-say-die attitude. Barcelona, on the other hand, showed composure and character to come back twice, proving that they never give up. It was a display of sportsmanship and skill that left fans on the edge of their seats. That's it for today's match recap. If you enjoyed the action, don't forget to show your support. Share this video with your friends and stay tuned for more exciting matches. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep supporting and stay passionate about the beautiful game. The bell rings, and with that, our main event is underway. The champion, Roman Reigns, locks up with the challenger, LA Knight. Right off the bat, LA Knight with an impressive takedown on the champ. The crowd erupts as Knight looks to capitalize, but Reigns recovers quickly, clearly not expecting this kind of start from Knight. Reigns gains the upper hand, but Knight, showing incredible resilience, fights back. The two exchange blows, each trying to gain the advantage. Reigns, with his signature power, lands some heavy shots, but Knight absorbs them, refusing to back down. This isn't how it's supposed to go. The fans can feel it, and so can the Usos. They're on their feet, urging Roman on. But Knight, with a surprising suplex, turns the tide once again. This match has already surpassed expectations. It's a back-and-forth battle of strength and will, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. But it's only the beginning. As the match progresses, the intensity builds. Both men show why they are at the top of their game. Reigns with his powerful slams and relentless attacks, Knight with his technical prowess and unorthodox moves. The action spills outside the ring as both men take the fight to the crowd. There's a sense of chaos, a feeling that anything could happen next. And in this environment, there's an added pressure and electricity in the air that makes every move, every decision, crucial. The Samoan submission machine looks to be in trouble as LA Knight takes control. You have to give credit to LA Knight. He's putting on a performance of a lifetime here. The fans are eating it up, hanging on every near fall. But Roman Reigns, he's a champion for a reason. He's a master tactician. He knows how to turn the tables. And as the match reaches its climax, the question isn't whether Reigns will regain control, but how. With a devastating clothesline, Reigns turns the tables yet again. The champion is back in control. Now the question is, can he hold on? Knight is visibly exhausted, but he refuses to tap out. This match has been a grueling display of strength and stamina, and it's far from over. Will LA Knight become the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion? Or will Roman Reigns continue his historic reign? It all comes down to this moment, the finish. After a back-and-forth battle that had the crowd on the edge of their seats, Roman Reigns emerges victorious, retaining his title. As the fireworks exploded above him, the tribal chief stood tall, a testament to his enduring strength and resilience. His championship reign continues, solidifying his legacy as one of WWE's greatest champions. But let's be honest, while Roman Reigns emerged victorious tonight, LA Knight proved he's a force to be reckoned with. This match was a statement, a declaration that LA Knight is ready for the biggest stages, the brightest lights, and the toughest opponents. So, to all the doubters, all those who underestimated LA Knight, consider this his moment has come, and it's just a matter of time before he stands atop the WWE, holding that championship high above his head. But, for now, Roman Reigns stands tall, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. The fireworks may have ended, the cheers may have faded, but the legacy of this match will live on in the annals of WWE history. So, what do you think about the result? Let me know in the comments, and if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you next time. The tribal combat match between Roman Reigns and LA Knight has begun, and the atmosphere is electric. The stage is set, the crowd is roaring, and all eyes are on these two titans about to clash inside the ring. Reigns makes his way to the ring, oozing confidence. He takes the mic, addresses the crowd, basking in their mixed reactions, a mix of cheers and boos. But there's no doubt about it, Reigns is a polarizing figure, and the crowd here tonight is firmly in Knight's corner. Reigns lets them know he's heard their chants, their cheers for LA Knight, but he wants to remind them who is really in charge. The head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. He drops the mic and heads into the ring. The bell rings, and the match is on. LA Knight comes out to a hero's welcome. The crowd is on their feet, chanting his name, waving their signs. He acknowledges them, soaking up the adoration, and then turns his attention to the ring. Knight circles cautiously, sizing up his opponent, clearly aware of the magnitude of the challenge before him. This is his moment, the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. As he steps into the ring, the crowd erupts. The energy is palpable, the anticipation thick. The two men circle each other, sizing up their opponent, each move, each gesture sending ripples of excitement through the crowd. And then it happens. Roman Reigns strikes first, catching Knight off guard. The crowd gasps. It's a bold move, a statement of intent, but Knight, though shaken, is not deterred. He fires back, surprising Reigns with a quick counter. The crowd roars its approval. Back and forth they go, each man trying to gain the upper hand, each move met with cheers and boos from the partisan crowd. The match is fast-paced, intense, a back-and-forth battle of strength, skill, and sheer determination. LA Knight surprises Reigns with a flying crossbody. The crowd goes wild. Is this the moment? Could Knight actually pull off an upset? But Reigns is not one to stay down for long. He powers up, delivering a massive clothesline that sends Knight crashing to the mat. The crowd murmurs, their hopes momentarily dashed. Reigns follows up with a barrage of punches, each one echoing the might of the tribal chief. The crowd, though, refuses to give up hope. They chant, "Yeah! Yeah!" trying to will Knight back into the fight, but it's Reigns who seems unstoppable. He whips Knight into the corner, sending the challenger reeling. Reigns, with a sneer, stalks closer. The crowd holds their breath as Reigns prepares for the pin. Will this be the end? But somehow Knight kicks out just in the nick of time. The crowd erupts, their cheers deafening. Knight is battered, bruised, but still in the fight. But how much longer could he last? As the match progresses, Reigns tightens his grip. He locks Knight in a painful headlock, cutting off any hope of a comeback. The crowd tries to rally, but it's getting harder to cheer, harder to believe. Reigns is in control, and it feels like only a matter of time before he pins Knight. And when it happens, the crowd is stunned into silence. There's no denying it. Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief, has once again proven why he is the top dog in WWE. The post-match show of dominance is brutal yet necessary. Reigns makes sure there's no doubt in anyone's mind who is really in charge. The visual of him standing tall over LA Knight is one that will be remembered. This wasn't just a match. It was a statement, a reminder of the power that comes with being the head of the table. As Reigns exits the ring, the echoes of his might still ringing in the arena. One thing is clear: he may be hated, he may be booed, but Roman Reigns is undeniably the top dog, and there's no one in WWE who can do anything about it. The head of the table was in control. Roman Reigns had LA Knight in a painful headlock, punishing him with brutal knee strikes that reverberated through the ring. It seemed like the end was near, but in the midst of this onslaught, a flicker of defiance ignited in LA Knight's eyes. He wouldn't go down without a fight, and when Roman turned his back for a moment, Knight unleashed a furious flurry of punches, breaking free from the hold. But if you know LA Knight, you know he doesn't stay down. With every strike Roman delivered, Knight found a way to fire back. And in the middle of the match, the tide began to shift. Roman went for his trademark Superman punch, but Knight dodged and countered with a DDT that shook the ring. The crowd erupted, chanting, "Yeah!" louder than ever. Knight built momentum with his explosive offense, clotheslines, neckbreakers, and a huge power slam that left Roman stunned. Suddenly, the tribal chief looked vulnerable. The confident smirk faded, replaced by frustration. The challenger nearly shocked the world when he hit his signature elbow drop from the second rope and went for the cover. 1, 2. But Roman powered out just in time. The fans were on their feet, believing that Knight might actually pull off the impossible. LA Knight couldn't believe it himself. How could he have come so close? But then a realization dawned on him. This wasn't the end. No, this was just the beginning. Fueled by renewed determination, LA Knight channeled the energy of the crowd. He was whipped and ready to unleash hell. As the bell rang, signaling the restart, both superstars were on their feet. The intensity in the air was palpable. Roman, visibly shaken by Knight's resilience, broke the silence with a thunderous right hand. It caught Knight off guard, but only for a moment. In an instant, they were back in the thick of the action. LA Knight, refusing to back down, fired right back. The dueling chants of "Yeah" and "Yuchi" echoed through the arena as they traded blows in the center of the ring. Each punch landed with bone-jarring force. Every move was a statement of dominance, a declaration of their unwavering wills. But as the match reached its climax, it became clear that only one could emerge victorious. Roman, summoning the strength of the Anoa'i dynasty, delivered a thunderous spear, sending LA Knight crashing to the mat. The crowd gasped as the champion stood over his fallen opponent, the title held high. 1, 2, 3. The referee's voice boomed, echoing the sentiment of the disappointed fans. Roman Reigns retained. In the aftermath of the match, Roman stood tall, basking in the cheers of his supporters while LA Knight slowly rose to his feet. Despite the loss, there was a newfound respect in the eyes of the tribal chief. He had faced a warrior tonight who had pushed him to the brink, and he knew he had emerged victorious, but not without a hard-fought battle. As the night wore on, the echoes of LA Knight's valiant effort still resonated through the arena. His performance had captured the imagination of the WWE Universe. They had witnessed a true testament to resilience and determination. And though Knight may have fallen in this encounter, he had planted a seed of doubt in Roman's seemingly impenetrable reign. The fans knew that this was far from the end. The fight back of LA Knight had been nothing short of spectacular, and they couldn't wait to see what the future had in store for him. One thing was certain: LA Knight was a force to be reckoned with, and his presence in WWE would shake the foundations of the bloodline and ignite a fire that would burn brightly in the weeks to come. For now, the champion stood victorious, but the challenger had shown that he belonged. The stage was set for an even greater showdown, a clash of titans that would leave an indelible mark on WWE history. The biggest night of LA Knight's career thus far, a title shot against Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And what a performance he's putting in. The challenger has the tribal chief in a submission move and is in control. But just as it seems like he might have this in the bag, the numbers game of the bloodline proves too much as order descends into chaos. And that's pretty much where we left off last week. So now LA Knight is on the attack. He's got Roman Reigns reeling. And you've got to think that this match cannot end like this. LA Knight is not going to lose this match. He's just 2 over right now. Now the only problem with that is if it doesn't end the way you want it to, you could be in for quite the letdown. Because LA Knight does have this match won. He has Roman in the submission move. The crowd are behind him. They're going to count along. This could be the moment that LA Knight becomes the new champion, but it's not. And there's nothing more frustrating than that. The distraction that LA Knight was looking for did come as Solo Sikoa ran to ringside. The referee is trying to hold him back, but as we know, that didn't stop Roman Reigns from getting that low blow in. We get a Superman punch, which almost ends the match right there, and somehow LA Knight kicks out. Now that is not meant to disrespect anybody. That is just an incredibly athletic feat. I can't believe that LA Knight kicked out of a Superman punch. It's just absolutely insane. How can you kick out of a Superman punch? He's just too athletic. There's no way. So LA Knight manages to get back into this match. He drops Solo off the apron. He blasts Roman with the BFT. The crowd are going wild. The ref starts the count. 1, 2, but Roman gets a foot on the rope. This has been an incredible match. Nobody saw this coming. LA Knight looks shell-shocked. Nobody could believe that Roman Reigns had kicked out of the BFT. You've got to feel for the guy because he really thought he had this in the bag. LA Knight goes after Solo Sikoa. He throws him into the steel steps. That's going to take him out of the equation, and LA Knight is going to go back to the ring. Once again, he's going for that cover. 1, 2, 3. No. Solo Sikoa puts his foot on the rope. The referee makes the call, and it's still not over yet. This match has still got some life in it. We don't need to worry about Solo Sikoa because LA Knight just launched him into the timekeeper's area. He is going back to the ring. This time he slides under the bottom rope and he is going to try and take out the tribal chief. The fans are just loving this. If you're watching at home, if you're in the arena, you've paid your money. This is what you came to see. This is exactly what you expected. You're not getting the expected result, but you're seeing a hell of a match. LA Knight with the mic drop. He's taunting the champion, but that's going to allow Roman Reigns to recover. And as LA Knight walks away, the tribal chief gets to his feet. He drops a massive right hand. LA Knight did not see that coming. Neither did we. Could this be it? Is Roman Reigns going to retain his championship? Well, he looked pretty good there, but let's not count LA Knight out just yet. In fact, LA Knight is going to rise to his feet. He is going to look for an answer. What has he got? He looks frustrated. He looks angry. He looks determined. He's got to find something here. Otherwise, this match will go the way that Roman Reigns wants it to. He needs to pick up the pace because, so far, Roman's had the upper hand. LA Knight needs to find something here. What a match this has been. As we approach the 10-minute mark, both men are exhausted. It's anyone's match to win. Who do you think is going to take it? Who do you want to take it? Let me know in the comments section below. But things are starting to heat up once again. LA Knight is in control, but will he keep it that way? It all came down to this. At night, at the conclusion of a grueling 13-match show, the tribal chief was bloodied and battered, but still standing against the hometown hero LA Knight. And as Knight charged in for another BFT, Roman countered with a devastating spear out of nowhere. Both men lay flat on the canvas, the referee starting his count. Slowly, Roman crawled over and draped an arm across Knight's chest. 1, 2, and miraculously, Knight kicked out again. The crowd was in shock, frustrated beyond belief. Roman pulled Knight up and unleashed another thunderous spear, this time planting him in the center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. The bell rang, and the tribal chief retained his undisputed WWE Universal Championship for the 10th successful defense. The arena filled with boos, but Roman didn't care. He stood tall, battered but victorious, clutching his championship high above his head. Knight, meanwhile, lay in the ring, broken but not defeated. Let's take a look back at how Roman Reigns survived LA Knight in the main event of Night. From the moment LA Knight entered the arena, the energy shifted. The crowd erupted, chanting, "Yeah!" and waving their glow-in-the-dark A signs. It was clear that the hometown hero had the support of the WWE Universe behind him. The match began with a flurry of fast-paced action as both superstars traded blows in the ring. LA Knight, with his signature swagger and mic skills, kept the crowd engaged, hyping them up with every near fall. Roman Reigns, the stoic and relentless tribal chief, remained focused on retaining his title, countering Knight's moves with his own devastating offense. As the match progressed, it became evident that this wasn't going to be a walk in the park for either competitor. Both men were evenly matched, trading victories until the tension in the ring was palpable. The turning point came when Roman Reigns unleashed a vicious attack, isolating LA Knight's injured left shoulder, a remnant from their previous encounter. This strategic move shifted the momentum, allowing Roman to gain control and inflict damage on Knight, keeping him grounded and preventing him from making a comeback. Despite the odds stacked against him, LA Knight displayed resilience, refusing to give up even as Roman rained down punishment. The crowd, sensing their hero's struggle, rallied behind him, their cheers echoing through the arena, urging Knight to push through the pain and fight back. In a surprising turn of events, LA Knight managed to counter Roman's attacks and deliver a resounding BFT, sending the tribal chief crashing to the mat. The crowd erupted, their cheers deafening as they witnessed the underdog making a remarkable comeback. LA Knight followed up with a barrage of attacks, keeping Roman on the defensive and showcasing his determination to capture the title. The near falls were heart-stopping, leaving the audience on the edge of their seats and wondering if this was the moment when the new champion would be crowned. But Roman, true to his moniker, showed why he is the tribal chief. He battled back, unleashing a series of powerful moves that turned the tide once again in his favor. The strength and determination on display by both superstars left the crowd in awe, captivated by the intensity of the match. With the finish line in sight, the match reached its climax. Both men were exhausted, their bodies bearing the marks of a hard-fought battle. In a final burst of energy, Roman Reigns delivered a devastating spear, connecting with LA Knight. The impact sent shockwaves through the arena, leaving the crowd stunned. As the referee began his count, the tension was unbearable. LA Knight struggled to make it back to his feet, but the clock was ticking. With each passing second, the hopes of a Knight victory seemed to fade. In a dramatic turn of events, LA Knight managed to beat the count, much to the delight of the cheering crowd. But the respite was short-lived. Roman, seizing an opportunity, executed another spear, driving Knight back to the mat. The crowd watched in suspense as the referee began his count once again. This time, there would be no dramatic recovery. LA Knight's shoulders remained pinned to the mat, and the referee made the 3 count. The crowd booed loudly as Roman was announced the winner. They couldn't believe their hero had fallen just short of victory. But as LA Knight slowly got to his feet, the crowd began to cheer. They knew their hero might not have won the championship, but he had won their respect. Roman, on the other hand, stood tall in the ring, the embodiment of power and dominance. The cheers and boos mixed in the air as the tribal chief raised his title high, acknowledging his victory. The night had been a testament to the strength and resilience of both competitors, leaving the WWE Universe in awe of what they had just witnessed. The question on everyone's mind was, who will step up next to challenge the seemingly invincible tribal chief? And will anyone finally dethrone him, or will Roman continue to reign supreme? Only time will tell.